What's happening, guys? Martin is back again. Welcome back to Lifestyle Journey. In today's video, we're going to discuss what to do when you're constantly talking, but she will not set a date. And when I say do not set a date, well, she will not set a date to meet up. Now, guys, there are many reasons why this can be happening. Potentially, it could be the timing. It could be also maybe, who knows, other things are going on. There could be a guy in the background. But one thing, most importantly is what I would be highlighting to you. And again, to some extent, you have to take responsibility for this. Now, again, depending on how long you've been talking, if you've met this person, let's say, I don't know, only a few weeks ago, even let's say a few days ago, then I think it's reasonable to expect that people have lives. You know, you coming in now, you're not a priority. You coming in now doesn't necessarily mean that everything's going to shift for you. Don't get me wrong, if the attraction level is super high, you know, from 1 to 10, she's looking at you like a 9, and she sees you in that way that she's going to make time in her schedule to bring you into her life. However, most people, guys, most adults have things going on. It's just not as simple to drop anything. Now, one thing I'd say and one thing I'd be concerned about, and again, this has happened to me in the past as well, if dates are made and they're too far ahead in the future, the problem with that is that there's too much space, too many things can happen. If today is being Monday and we agree to meet on Wednesday, then fair enough, I think that's reasonable. Even if we agree to meet on Thursday, Friday, I would be a little bit aware that something could change along the way. If the person says we'll meet in a week's time, in 2 weeks time, it's possibly too far away. And I think there, guys, if that's going to happen, then what you'll need to do is say to her, look, well, yeah, I can put this in my diary, but if anything changes, just let me know along the way and be easy. I think you need to be also willing to accept that person may change plans. Now, it also depends who's in the driving seat, who's got more, who feels more invested in the scenario. But at this particular stage where you've just met the person, there's no real investment, so there's nothing really lost, so to speak. Ladies are constantly getting contacted by guys. They're getting in the DM all the time. The only person I could say, or the only thing to be aware of probably, is to kind of not necessarily blame yourself, but be aware that if you're giving too much time, so you're giving these morning texts and you're getting maybe a reply, okay, fair enough. You know, you have to kind of match the energy with the energy. But at some point over here at least, on this channel, we're focused on action, and we want to see some type of response. We want to see some type of action. If nothing's coming back, then all it means realistically is, I say, someone else is in the background, the person's not interested in enough, or you're just not a priority at that moment in time in their life, which is not a bad thing necessarily. Possibly things will come back around. But if you keep giving energy, you keep contacting, everything like this, and you're always there to talk, then at some point you've got to ask yourself, why is it that you're always there to talk but not able to actually meet up? And I won't necessarily go across in a creepy way to ask that question, but I would be saying, I'll be making it very clear, I'm available to speak on this date. We can catch up on this date. What then needs to happen, guys, is that you need to start reducing the amount of contact you have, because if you find that kind of this person is just using up your time, you're giving your energy and nothing's coming back, as I've said, then realistically, it may just be one of those things where, again, at that moment in time, it's just like, look, there's nothing more for me to say until we can meet up. And again, we want action, guys. That's the only way we can really judge the woman's interest, is the amount of action that she's willing to do. Actions speak louder than words. It's very simple, doesn't need to be complicated. And if there's nothing coming at all, yeah, I can meet you, wishy-washy, no real idea, no real plan, and possibly could even flake on you as well in the end if you do go to try and meet up. This is why it's very important that you make sure you get to a certain point where you can say to yourself, okay then, I've said my piece now, we've had a little bit of a chat, let me know when you're free and we'll meet up. And each time she comes back, let me know when you're free and meet up. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when, again, as I say, things can shift, things can change, energy can change, and you can work out yourself. But really what should be happening, guys, and it's sad to say, and this is the reality of it, you can't just be speaking to one person in that moment. Until they give you the information, until they give you the sort of evidence to show they deserve higher space and period of time in your life, in your energy field, then realistically, you don't owe them anything. And equally from their side, you know, what realistically do you owe them? What can they expect from you? So you're not invested, they're not invested. It's kind of like a drop hands. We're both just going to drop our hands off our cards and walk away. That's what can happen as well. So bear that in mind, guys. Don't waste your time. If the person's not giving you any energy back, just not able to agree to anything, I think I would just leave it there. You may just keep him on the back burner in the sense of, okay, yes, she could be a baddie. She's the one I wanted to talk to. However, if the energy is not reciprocal, then naturally it's just not going to be there. And I think once you can be accepting of that fact that you're not going to win them all, you're more accepting of the fact that at the same time, you know, people are going to come and go. it is what it is at that point. Those that want to meet you guys will make an effort. Those who want to meet you, even if they can't agree to meet you this week, they will keep in contact. It's just enough to keep you there because there's something potentially they want to gain as well. So with that being said, guys, leave your comments down below. I'll see you next video. Do not forget to like the algorithm and everything else like that and all that other jazz. See you next video. Peace.